जैसे इजराइल सिकाया गाजा में, उस तरीके से हमारी भारत की 100 करोड़ हिंदू, देश का हिंदू हित में चल रहा है सरकार, सबक सिखाना चाहिए.
Hello, my name is Praneeth Kaur and I am currently in India. I just wanted to make a little video to address the rising violence against Muslims in India and abroad, especially during the US-Israeli and Iran war. In India particularly, there has been violent attacks against the Muslim community by Hindu extremists. And I do not want to generalize Hindus and what they believe, because there's millions of them in this country and around the world. And I'm just speaking from what I have seen on social media and heard on the news. But we must address the increasing violence that is being perpetrated by Hindu extremists that the media is refusing to show, or even call them domestic terrorists, which is clear from their actions of targeting innocent Muslims and spewing false information about the Muslim community and creating false narratives to generalize all Muslims and their beliefs and their practices. And this must come to an end before India sees the genocide. This violence against the Muslim community in India is being promoted by Indian politicians, especially during this war. Because the reason why India says it supports Israel is because we have an Islamophobia problem. And we will automatically side with anyone that is hurting Muslims. Israel against Palestine. This is why today we have a problem with Pakistan. Muslims. So my question is, knowing that our government in India is supposed to be secular, why is the Hindu religion being used to promote politics? Hindu nationalism and Hindu extremism is a problem and has resulted in death and destruction. This is the same model that many governments allow to exist, because we all want to blame all our problems to a particular group that can't protect itself to avoid scrutinizing the failure of our government officials. How in the West, immigrants are blamed. The entire narrative is far from statistics. And people who say Muslims are dangerous and have awful ideologies is simply a projection. Because apparently, no matter what religion, women are always treated like shit. I don't see Hindu extremists killing their own for raping Hindu women and little girls. But I'm constantly seeing on the news about love jihad. So I want to ask why no one is speaking up about this. Why is nobody protecting our Muslim brothers and sisters from this violence? And I'm asking Sikhs as well. Because once they're done committing violence on Muslims, they're going to come after us next. That's how hatred works. The blame is going to be shifted onto another group of people, and another marginalized group is going to face violence. So when you hear the quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere," what it means is that we all will eventually face the oppression and violence that other groups are facing. Did we not learn in our scripture to protect innocent people and to fight against tyranny? Sikhism is rooted combining the teachings from Islam. So when Sikh people ignore this violence and look away and refuse to speak up about it, you are hurting your own identity and your own beliefs and your own community. And are Muslims not a part of our community? Have they not always lived among us? Why do they always get the short end of the stick no matter where they live? It's an entire machine that is being backed by the West to promote Islamophobia, to justify the killings of innocent Muslims everywhere. If you believe in God, if you have faith in God, and you are seeing such violence in your own country, and all you do is continue to read scripture and go to your temple, that's not enough. You cannot just sit with your teachings. You must act on them as well. So when you die and God asks, why didn't you do something? Why didn't you say something? That was a test. What are you going to say? It was none of my business. They don't believe in the same things I believe in. I'm scared to get hurt myself. It doesn't matter. There is no excuse for you to ignore the pleas of help from a marginalized community that are begging for their lives. The government is not protecting them. They're promoting this violence. People are voting, not just in India, but in the United States, and in Britain, and in Israel, solely over the fact if the person running for an elected seat is going to hurt Muslims or not. That's it. They don't care if they're going to fix our roads or give us food or make living affordable. They just want to see people get hurt. That is not government. That is tyranny. That is fascism. What we are seeing today is an attempt to commit genocide, and the whole world is silent. So all of those who say that their ancestors were warriors and powerful religious leaders, what are you? Where is the fight in your heart? I thought fighting was in our blood. Now we just sit at home and scroll and watch reels of people getting beat with sticks every day. We are losing our own faith. We are becoming further from God every single day we don't do something. So when it's time for us to get beat, for our homes to be vandalized, don't wonder, where is anyone? Who is stopping this? Because we didn't do anything to stop this from happening to somebody else. If you only remember your faith when you see somebody else of a different faith practicing it in public, you're not religious. You're a bigot. Your heart is full of hate. That's an illness. And the only cure is to fight back. If you see somebody hurting someone for simply existing in their own religious attire, or praying in public, or speaking their own language, You need to protect them. If you're waiting for God to give you the signal to do something, this is it. Because I've read plenty of scriptures and they all have the same message. Protect one another. Love one another. And who's doing that? So before you say you're religious, ask yourself, are you really following the teachings of your gurus? Or is it just a personal lifestyle that you hide behind closed doors? Because I don't see anybody storming the streets calling to the end of violence. India is under attack. And our own people are attacking each other, making it harder to live. Instead of asking our government, why aren't you answering our questions? Why aren't you protecting the poor? I want you to just understand that they don't care. So you have to take matters into your own hands. Use the teachings from your scriptures and learn how to fight. And remove the people that are inciting this violence to be removed from their thrones. Because we're next. Sikh people, Christians, and other minor religions in India are next. Because these kinds of violent riots and ideologies don't just end. They evolve. And they get much worse. And they get more violent. Call these people that are attacking others just for their faith terrorists. And don't depend on the bot media to speak up about it, because they won't. You're seeing it happen on your phone every single day. And you're just clicking away. You are part of the problem. Doing nothing is going to result in the death of hundreds and thousands of people. Please, do something. Protect your brothers and sisters